You just go and fix your shit, make everything right, and then we'll be interested in coming over there. But you come to where we are and then tell us we ain't shit, we lazy because your proximity to whiteness. That's really all it is. And if you see how Trump is treating the Hispanic community, proximity to whiteness don't even fucking matter. We knew that already. We have a word in our culture called Uncle Toms, called bougie Negroes. They've all tried to do this before, and culturally, it never gets you nowhere. It just basically leave you as a dummy on that side, and then when you come back, you feel goofy because it's nothing you can do about trying to fit in with folks that don't want you there. Show love, hit subscribe. What's good? We back in the message. It's a big one message today. Hey, Avi said, ain't nothing wrong with Black Business. I got jerk chicken yesterday from a Jamaican spot. They had good service and improved a lot from the last time I was there. That's dope, man. I need some jerk chicken from out there. What's the name of the spot? So if I'm in that country, I'm gonna get some because I love jerk chicken, man. Matter of fact, I made some yesterday on the grill. I grilled it myself. You know what I'm saying? So when I do travel, I travel to go hit jerk chicken places. That's just what I do. Sometimes I get some bad ones. Sometimes I get some good ones. So I mean, no matter where I go, that's where I eat. I don't care what state or what city I'm looking for. I even found a jerk chicken place in Nashville. Literally one, a building somewhere, little cut around a university that got that. I think it's starting with T, Tusk, Taft. I can't remember the name of it. but Fisk or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But it was a HBCU with a jerk chicken place right across the street. Only one building across the street from the school. One building. And across the street from the school was one building, and it was a jerk chicken place. And it was like, what the fuck? But they robbed us. When we got in there and we ordered the shit, that bitch is like $35. We like, excuse me, what the fuck this lady just said? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like you be kind of tweaked out about the price, but hey, that's the part of the game. What can you say? You know what I'm saying. So other than that, you know what I'm saying. The grind is real. We actually appreciate y'all coming back to the channel and listening to some of the stuff that the people got to say. This guy I'm listening to is what's his media company name? Street Media TV. Street Media TV. So I rock with this guy just because I like his messaging and shit like that he says. I don't really watch his channel much, but he does have some good messages. So I'm gonna get right back to the message. Eric man said, "Can you shout out Morgan?" All right, what's up, Morgan? Shout out to Morgan. Cleveland love perk chicken. He like perk chicken. Hey, their beef patties were so far I got the leftovers. I'm gonna warm up in an hour. Hey, can you shout out Morgan? Man, what the hell wrong with Morgan? Is she sick or something? Why she need so many damn shout outs, man? Hey, Martin, get your big head ass out the car or out the house or whatever the hell he needs you to do. Hey, the chicken was all right, a little dry and less seasoned than I prefer. And coleslaw wasn't my type, but the rice was good. Yeah, I mean, you know, everything ain't gonna be perfect, but you go there and you try to get what you can out the folks, and hopefully it's good enough to hold you down just a little snitchy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I mean. The foods is really the reason why I still live in Chicago because I do not like living around other folks too much. I'm not that necessarily that kind of person. I want to have my food accessible to me, the shit that I like. I'm not necessarily trying to move around folks to have sexual access to a different culture or fucking, you know, some kind of bougie ass home association. I'm trying to motherfucking eat some good food, and if it's good food and I fuck with it, but you know, food, I ain't fucking with it, and I'm gonna talk about the food fast. Yay, gotta support local families. Yeah, you definitely do, bro. Because motherfuckers are trying to make money, take care of people, eat good food. Let me try to get back to the message for a minute. Hold on, I gotta do some behind the scenes shit real quick. Definitely want y'all to get up with my Patreon. Is gonna be inside the comment section and shit. If you want to see some stuff. Oh, hold on. It look like it's giving me a. Oh, I see what's doing. Sometimes it does this weird shit where it don't leave a space between my shit. So I gotta go back in there and make sure I put a space in between it because some reason it don't do that. I did such a thing, and now it should be alright. All right, good. So other than that, I'm gonna get back to the go to the message. Come on, these stupid ass little windows pop up on the fucking screen, blocking shit. You can't even get to what the fuck you trying to get to. Yeah, but anyway, what bro message that again? I'm gonna let someone play so we can talk about it. Yes. Yeah. Oh, they freezing us out. Yeah, I like talking about this shit. And that's critical for folks to realize and understand that black people not here because and we came here just under another culture and we sit here like little wimps. We came here under a racist situation that made people have to fight or made people have to deal with that shit at a level that really wasn't something you was set up or needed to do. But under the guise of wanting to run with you, ain't shit you can do about that. that you don't want to come fuck with your own people, but it's nothing you can really get mad about. You know what I mean? Hold up, I got an echo. It's just the way thing is, and it's kind of sad. I got an echo. Let me see why I got an echo. But it's just sad how it play out, man. So let me try to get back to the message. Let me see. I got a fucking echo some kind of way. So it's playing twice or some shit. Oh, it's a playback. All right, so the play. Okay, you could mute it here. I don't know how to show it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the video so we can hear somebody talking on shit. Where is the lady at? Right here. Here's the video. Hopefully, it won't be no bad. Y'all gotta give me a second to figure out my sound and situation. Right? I wish I turned it down. I must be good. I do got an echo. Echoing. Where you echoing at? That guy? Is that the guy? Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. All right, let's get back to it. All right, here's a lady trying to come from a different perspective, and that's sometimes what people need because the opposition to what her thoughts are is everywhere. So let's see what we got. And then, like the green screen, I can come in closer. I'll show up a little bit better. All right, let's go. Yeah. Hey, thanks for telling me that, bro. Uh, One of them is Spotify, and that's I wasn't trying to actually start that one, but you know you're getting to learn this all this technology shit and actually kick my Spotify as well. So I'm gonna let it run because I got other I don't know if it's doing two inside the system and shit. Like I don't know how the fuck it's working, but I'm gonna let it have to keep running. Oh, I do see it twice. Yup, I see it twice. Here it is, right here. You see if I can stop one. Hopefully it won't lock. It won't fuck me up. Is that using camera? Yeah, they are both are. So let's just cancel one of these boys and see what happens. Back on. Back. Is it working now? Yeah, all right. So it's a process of learning. It's a process of dealing with a bunch of technologies in order to bring this technology to you. So I have to make moves and adjustments as the game go. Yesterday was a perfect one, so today is a little quirky. So hit the like button, show some love because I'm bringing you technology nobody has ever done on YouTube. That's another thing that you're witnessing right now. No matter how many channels you look on, and it's multi-millions of channels, they're not bringing you technology like this. The way I got this studio set up is the way that I can show you this, where it's green screen on both sides. Excuse me, and you're able to enjoy the conversation. So I'm gonna let her speak a little bit more, and then we're gonna get back into the conversation. Hit the like button, show love.
Children, children in Latin America, in Europe. So please stop saying. And it's not only limited to clothing. It's in music, it's in history, it's in literature, it's in science. You're going to come to people's house and you want to look down at them? You want to disrespect them? No doubting the experience, no undermining the experience, no conditions. To Black Americans, my brothers and sisters, I apologize. Without them, we will not be here. Without
So you know, you see what she's basically saying. She's basically trying to apologize for the people who feel like that there's a superiority complex in their minds by having a degree from white people or having some educational level that they reach or some job standard that white people have, maybe from NASA or some executive at some corporation. And it seems like those things are like the holy grail for some folks. But you can understand why there was so much division in Africa because all it took was some opposition, or as they say in my neighborhood, where I'm from, some op to come around, and then everybody divide. Everybody cut each other down and try to see who's going to get close to that divider. They don't give a damn about each other no more. Maybe the division finally get to come to out because they probably didn't like each other the whole damn time. But now when you see it playing out, it's almost like, damn, that was really happening. They brought this shit over here to America. And while we've always had some kind of consensus with each other, dealing with the same scenario, all locked in America, we have the understanding that okay, we see what we're dealing with, we see what America is offering us as Black people. We can, no matter what state you're from, you still got the same psychology. However, other people come from America, they get good jobs, they get opportunities, and the first thing they do is find somebody to look down on. But the reality of it is that if you came from another country, you're supposed to be looking at the people from your country and deciding if you're better than them. Because how could you come to another country and decide if you're better than those people when those people are already in this country? Who are you deciding to be better than? The people at the lower end, the people at the top end? Because the people at the top end, it's no foreigner or no immigrant can be at the level of those people from the Oprah Winfrey to the Michael Jordan to the Jay-Z's, the people who are in control or is the leader of industries. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like even tech. Like, where's these people that's from another country that's doing so much better than Black people that we got to be looking at ourselves like we need to do better? It's not like that. You might be doing better than somebody from your homeland and somebody from where you from, and then those people might be somebody who you're overstepping or over leaping leaping past. So it's just crazy. So let me see what Broski said. He said, let me clarify. There's a second life you're playing me called Welcome On, and it's sitting in front of the mic, but it's not the video. Something right? Oh no. You know what? It is the Spotify. That's my Spotify too, bro. As you do these streams, there's multiple streams happening, and that's how they set it up. I could work the technology, but I can't tell it how to operate. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically what it is. They set up the systems where they're in behind the scenes at YouTube or whatever, and if you connect them, then they all do it at the same time. I'm still trying to figure all that out, but again, I'm learning it as I'm doing it and bringing you the technology. right now. So we can almost say we learning together. We learn at all because they have a lot of strict rules on YouTube, and let's see how that plays out. Okay, let's just see if this.
But you're looking at an African cultural expression. That's not an African cultural expression. That cloth was printed in the European.
Yeah, so we got music playing on that one. So I don't know who owned that music, and they're gonna be driving reckless at me if I play it too long. And then, but the guy was basically saying, and it's a really dope point where he was making, but somebody played music over it. He was just saying that a lot of African people go through a lot of stress in their own countries. They be like dealing with colonialism and separate stuff, and they're not really together like that, and they deal with a lot of bogus shit. So and the fact that they don't know their history as much. He even said that the clothes that you see African people wear, like all the colors and all of the different designs that they wear, he said a lot of those clothes come from like places like India and the Dutch and in Europe. So that they basically getting those clothes and buying them, and they making it be like that's how they look, just like we are in America. We wear Levi's, we wear Gucci, we wear Nike. We don't really concern ourselves about who actually creating the clothes or making it. Hey, if it look good, if the color right, you can afford it, you get it. You know, it's not nothing you think about. But the way we dress become our culture. What's up, Tim? It become our culture because that's how we represent ourselves to other people. So some people might look down on the person that's African for wearing those different clothes or looking some certain kind of way. And it's like, oh well damn, but look at them. They just but they into their homeland. They into their cultural representation. So it's really no reason to look down on nobody when you ultimately understand world. It's like, why would you look down on anybody because of what they determine is their culture? You know what I mean? Whether it's clothing, food, it's their world. You know what I'm saying? And whether you can like it or not, but it's their world. You know what I mean? I was just watching the sumo wrestlers had a whole seminar, not a seminar, but a whole thing happening this past weekend. I mean, huge, like 2 weeks straight. All of these sumo, they was inside their culture of who they are and what they like to do and the sports that they interested in, and it was packed every single day. People was up there. I've been watching it for a while, paying attention to it for a long time now. But it was definitely something to pay attention to. But it's like, damn, you seeing all these other cultures and shit doing themselves, not being feeling uncomfortable about it. So that's, I guess, what he said. Upgrade to need an upgrade to record without a lag. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, it'll stop, bro. Yeah. Well, next time it'll be probably better. Two at the same time. That's crazy. Well, I stopped one, but I guess that didn't stop it over here. So I'm gonna let it ride. We're gonna let it ride. Let me bring y'all another message from somebody. Yeah, I saw this one on there too. Is it this one? Hold up, give me a second. Boom. Let's get to this lady. This lady really had another point, another position. I was actually trying to find this other one. This guy, Street Media TV, because he had another one. And it'd be really crazy how you see how some people think about your culture. It's not like you have conversations with them or whatever, because again, where we live in Chicago, it's very distant. It's like on the other side of town where the other folks live. So you just probably would never see them unless you at some event where a lot of people are like the Taste of Chicago or some shit like that. You just would not see people. It's not like that. And it ain't like you miss them. You don't think about that. It's just something that's normal. So it's nothing you think about. You know what I mean? Like, it don't cross your mind. You know what I'm saying? But as to learning about new cultures and people in other cultures, that's something that you wouldn't mind doing because that matters to me. You know what I mean? That matters. Like learning folks who they are and shit. Like everything like that. That's how I got into jerk chicken and shit like that. Just we was in our younger years and we going to the clubs and everything, and fucking Jamaican clubs was a spot. So it was like, let's go. Hell yeah, I'll go. And I was going like a motherfucker. We went down, but sometimes we catch the fucking bus. But the jerk chicken spots was around where they would even have jerk chicken spots selling jerk chicken at the spots, the clubs. So you would get those experiences. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what this person got to say.
Another day, I'm flat out. I'm telling it like it is. If I think you African,
and say, yeah, you need to upgrade that. Well, let me pause this. It's always free on YouTube, bro. I don't think you have to upgrade to watch this one. You know what I mean? This one is the one I'm on, which is the YouTube one. That's a free one, so you should just be able to go straight from your YouTube app. The other one is coming in from YouTube, but it's a stream from Spotify. So I don't think you have to pay to watch that. Let's get back to the lady message.
can tell. Okay, we can tell. We can tell that y'all are African.
So if I understand clearly, we have the big beautiful bill, we have Trump, we have police brutality, we have racism, and you guys still have time to boycott African braiding shops?
Peace, family. I'm just up here to say, look, I'm not going to participate in diaspora wars. So if you see my name on the list, I'm not boycotting anybody. Just go ahead and take my name off. I'm not boycotting anybody. I'm not participating. We all have been bit by the same snake. Black Americans, I get it. People come here and they're disrespectful to us. I don't like it. And when people do, because I've had males try to get with me.
Yo, guys, what's up? I got something to say, right? I was just having a beautiful conversation with my guy Davion and his wife. It's my neighbors. You feel me? They went to Festival this year in New Orleans, and the complaint is that it was more of a African festival than a Black American festival. And I asked, I was like, "What are you talking about?" I told Black American and African are supposed to be like the same thing. You guys from Africa, and they tried to really explain to me how Black American culture is different from African culture, and we have to embrace Black American culture instead of us telling them we are lost. I mean, they are lost, they don't know where they're from. They should go back. They never been back, and they do have a culture too. And I was trying to like fight
Oh,
go
okay, I
back and
got you,
forth
bro.
with them. But when you think about it, it's truth. Have you been to New Orleans? New Orleans have a culture, a rich culture in its own. Have you been to like how you call it Texas? Have you been to Philly, New York, Minnesota, Atlanta? Every state he goes to have their own culture. It's something about the way they talk and everything, especially in New Orleans. New Orleans have a very rich culture. I think New Orleans remind me more of a Caribbean kind of people, or maybe I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, I was trying to fight with him, but then when he schooled me on how the Essence Festival is merely for the Black American culture. It should be there. It should be collard greens. It should be fried chicken. It should be all these different good food that the Black American culture brings to the table than just fufu and everything from Africa. Because that's not the culture. I was getting mad at first, but then I think he's right. So
So it's like the understanding is not that hard to gather. I mean, think about it. You left your country. When you left your country, you decided to go somewhere else. I mean, just imagine if I took myself to, I don't know, Cancun, if I took myself to somewhere even in Africa. And then, I walk in like this, tank top, hat. I'm not wearing none of their clothes. I'm not looking like them. I'm in Dubai or whatever. And they start saying, whispering to me in the malls or in the markets, hey, you should probably have a, hey, you should probably look like this. I'm like, I don't have to look like that. That's beneath me. I went to school. I got education. I'm better than y'all. Look at y'all. All y'all do is walk around. Look, you ain't even got no culture. I brought culture to you. And it'd be like, man, is this person delusional? You don't see all these damn people in this place? Like, this how we like it. Like, this is what we into. Yeah, but I went to school when I got here. My mother and them opened up a store, and they've been having a store for 50 years. And what y'all did? Y'all still on the street selling shit like tourists. Like, what the fuck is that? The university right there. What you want to do? Like, you don't give a shit about no that. We helped get that university built. Like, my father was a fucking construction worker on there, and you still go to school. Well, I'm an engineer now. I went to engineering school. My kids going to engineer, and we just left. It's 14 of us. We just beat 30,000 of y'all out right like that. People in another country would look at me like I'm fucking crazy and be like, "You know what that black dude said?" They would not give one fuck about how much school I went to, what party I vote for. They'll just look at me like he's a fucking mental case. He got off the plane to stand around us and act like he's some kind of special, better than me. When this is exactly where we from our whole life. Grandparent. Like, what is this motherfucker even talking about? They can't even see the delusionality in their mind. They can't. That's how you know people are really sick. When they can't see the delusionality in their mind, they really are talking so much that it's a conversation that we have to have about it. What the fuck are you even talking about? If you To me, I remember Jay-Z said something to Dame Dash in a rhyme. He said, if you made J, then make another one. So that would be the same without even arguing with anybody that has that psychology. If you came to America and you was able to succeed, then go to another country. You should be able to go to another country and have the same success. It should be a red carpet laid out for you where you get a loan, where you get a home loan, where you get a job, and then you should be able to catapult up. But if you stay in America from the time you got here to the time you die, then ain't basically you just came up off the culture that was around. You didn't even take it on the road. Like take the show on the road. Go shows, hop a country, go to another country and do this thing. It don't work like that. If they don't get it here, if white people don't open up a big door and let people walk dead in that motherfucker, then they gonna walk around as people like they doing better than us. But let them have to live in America and white people close that door like Trump doing today. Like let them close that door and then see where you're gonna work at. Then see what university gonna let you in. All you can do, and let me say this again, all you can do is what black people did, and you can see the videos on how it's done. You can go march. You can go stand in any one of them buildings. You can go stand in any one of them highways and march and see what it gets you. Because that's what black people had to do. Not for 14 weekends. I'm talking about 140 years. So you complaining about what's going on today. You ain't even did a decade. You ain't even did 10 years of bad shit. You got to actually build up. You can't be Michael Jordan. You can't even be on the squad if you ain't even had no damn time of oppression, of time of no door open. So what's the complaint? Do show and proof. Where is your guys that we can look at and say they fought through this shit and look at them, man. He built up this. Where's the booklet? Where's the people from any country that we could read about that did something and not just in America, but just something else. You didn't have to wait for white people to hire you at a corporation to give you some kind of contract, and then all of a sudden that made you better than other humans. Like this shit is so convoluted. But let's get back to the conversation right here. Appreciate that, bro. Skate. Let's get back to it. He said gatekeeping equality is crazy work, friend. Gatekeeping. Let me see if I could understand that thought. Gatekeeping equality. Can that be some? Let's get back to me. Let's bring it back to me. That because that's an interesting thought from a human I don't know. Like button, and more like buttons. Gatekeeping equality. Can a black person gatekeep equality without having it? That's that's almost like gatekeeping the fucking sky. I can't fucking control the sky. Black people have no equality. None. That's what the whole point of black outrage is about. But you said somebody's gatekeeping it? How? Would I get to put my arms around the invisible equality that I supremely own? Bro, this is what I'm saying about the mindset. Sometimes people are just not even astute enough to even understand what's going on. It just feel like a big old group of. I'm gonna just say what they say. You can't look. That's like is an ant gatekeeping the ground? Do ants gatekeep the ground? That's all they do is be on it. That's all they do is eat off of it. Do ants gatekeep the ground? No, no. Trees don't gatekeep the grass, do they? What are you talking about? You have to have some kind of control over something to gatekeep it. You have no control over nothing that other people control. So how are you gonna gatekeep some shit? All I can gatekeep is my conversation, my voice. I own that. Period. Everything else I gotta go purchase for somebody. My voice it came with the body. So let's keep it in perspective, man. Cowabunga said anyone who said gatekeeping says gatekeeping are idiots. I agree, bro. Denario, what's up? Hey, Michael Jordan has been said to not like black people. That I remember Chameleon that story. Yet your people still idolize him and made him rich off of it. Those things are real. That's crazy. Well, let me be concise with you, my brother. Hey, how could black people make Michael Jordan rich when we're only 50 million people in the country? However, white people are 250 million. Let's think this through. Black people are 1/5 of what white people are, and we made Michael Jordan fucking a billionaire. We don't even fucking own the NBA. We never paid him a check his whole fucking time being in the NBA, and we never gave him a contract. How the fuck we made him rich? We didn't give him shit. They could be lying about all the fucking numbers that they proclaim. But we made them rich. Again, if it's not a convoluted thought, then it's not coming from somebody that's crazy. Bro, get your thoughts together. You cannot make somebody rich without giving them nothing. All we gave Michael Jordan was 4 letters: love. The rest of you motherfuckers gave him the money. Don't act like we gave him shit. We like him. We rock his gear. We look good in it. Now you can say we gatekeep looking good. You can say we gatekeep flyness. You can say we gatekeep dope culture. But you can't say we gatekeep some motherfucker who worked for white people and he's still retired and all he do is golf with them. Black people ain't got shit to do with him. Black people don't have nothing. You know who probably helped him? The niggas he hooped with back in the day. That's the only motherfuckers he probably could have some kind of. We didn't do shit for him. He worked for white people, and that's who gave him his money. Don't put that on black people. We don't even own a fucking team. Now, if he started working for Michael, what's the boy name? Ice Cube, and he turned that into what the NBA is, and then black people get behind that futuristically, but not no retroactive. We didn't do a damn thing. We literally tuned in to television stations that we don't own. Think about that. We had to go buy the fucking TV from a corporation that we don't fucking own. Everybody want to blame black people for shit. We don't fucking own none of this shit, man. We don't have no control over none of it. We're participating in it. And we just do such a dope ass job at participating and demonstrating participation that you fucking blame us. What the fuck? Blame the motherfucker who created it, who make the money, who set the contract, who put the shit out, who set the date, set the time. Why ain't they never ever? What are you even fucking talking about? He said, I'm not saying only black people, but that's exactly what the fuck you said. What the fuck you mean? That's exactly what the fuck you said. Tim, terminology. Preach, King, from Dr. Sabur. PhD, that is. Don't ever get that twisted. Dr. Sabur, PhD. Don't play with him. Dr. Kabir, my fault. Hey, Avi, I'm not only saying black people, but I'm saying he's going to say we buy his gear, and in the same sentence say, how did we make him rich? Well, again, if it's a country of fucking 200 and 300 million, how could black people make that? The numbers ain't numbering, bro. Come on. Think it through. The most poverty-stricken people who have the most unemployed counts gonna spend more money on somebody that's just connected to white people. That's really Jordan's big deal. He don't own the shit. He don't fucking sell his own. He's really connected to white people. And we're going to spend all of our money to go appease this situation that we got nothing to do with. So how are we going to buy food? How did black people buy food if they're buying all this Nike shit and Jordan shit? How did black people travel? How did black people take care of their kids and buy food and buy clothes? It's a salacious mindset in order to continue the stupidity of racism that you already live within. So black outrage is to just punch that out your chest because it ain't real. It's not fucking real. That's just like saying anything. So white people bought all the fucking dishwashers and laundromat machines. They bought all of them. They got the houses. They the ones with the big homes. So black people Asian can't have no goddamn dishwasher. It was white people. Look, if you go in their house, that's all they got. They clean clothes. What? Even if you felt like that, it can't be real. It's just a fucking feeling. There's no reality to that. There's no way that black people could buy any fucking thing. We actually asking for fucking reparations. How the hell we can afford any of this shit? Where we gonna keep them? Niggas ain't even got houses. But it's better to focus on black people than focus on the people who setting the numbers out, who's making a product, who collecting a check. Let's get back to real conversational thinking, not some shit out in the open. Even though I'll grab that and still clear it up for you, it's just dumb.
Not boycott your own people. I'm saying that because recently I saw a video from a sister complaining about services that she received from an African hairdresser. And she laid out her grievances.
Hey, Mother Diver,
on why black
you was almost my friend for 2 seconds.
Economic blackout on all Africans and their services.
Good one, though.
First. And when I saw her say this, I felt embarrassed by this. Africans, black people that live outside of the United States, they're not our enemy. They're not our oppressor. And I need for my brothers and sisters here in America, my fellow black Americans, I need you to understand why we boycott. It isn't because we don't like services that we got from somebody. We're boycotting companies that do wrong by black people. That's what we're doing. We boycott companies that do wrong by women.
I hope he did, Tim,
We
because that's be
boycott
smart.
companies that do environmental damage, what's referred to as environmental racism. Companies that destroy.
Now I know people don't like to get real concise like this guy is getting. He's specific, telling you what it is. This is going to go through a lot of people's brain because their brains are already made up. They've been watching TV since they were children. They've already figured it out. They know what it is that black people are going through. So that's just it. But he's telling you specifically the places and people and the reasons. But again, none of this shit you're gonna hear it because you're gonna be saying black people wear Jordans. I seen Jordans. I seen them. Or like my bro said a minute ago, black people buy a that is. He said, bro, what? If you own multiple pairs of Jordans, you can still buy food and stuff too. How many people you know in the hood who spend money on luxury items but still in the hood? And I wanna. Well, let me just quickly say this. Welcome to Black Outrage. I'm your boy Hood. It's Black Outrage 28. We're talking about the divided diaspora. So I want to quickly say this. When you claim that an African American or a black person is buying a luxury item, the most things people can refer to as a necklace, I don't know, a fucking car, some rims, what. However, the other cultures, all of them, all them motherfuckers, they got big ass condos, they got big ass high rises, they got fucking planes, fucking luxury yachts. That's a fucking luxury item. A fucking necklace? What do you, a ring, some fucking shoes, a car? That's not no fucking luxury item. Black people are buying shit in their vicinity. If it's a fucking mall right there, I'm gonna buy some shit from there. If it's a goddamn store over there that do that, yeah, let's do it. Oh, they got a new plot that sell rims. Okay, let me check that out. That's vicinity buying. A fucking person that can go and buy some shit is a person that's going down there saying, "Deliver this to my fucking house." They ain't gotta walk out the place with shit. So to confirm that black people are buying some shit that's and they broke as hell and it's luxury, a luxury item, a fucking luxury item. What are you talking about? You can walk in any one of these fucking stores and buy something, and that's what black people do. However, rich people have a fucking magazine and they order from that bitch, and the magazine's been around 50, 60 years. The internet ain't got nothing to do with them. You understand what I'm saying? That's luxury. That's high rise living. That's a fucking building downtown. That's fucking renting out 40 fucking units in a that's luxury. Not no fucking jacket. Not because you went to the club and you bought 14 drinks. That's not fucking luxury. Stop thinking that you see black people inside their little life of opulence of what they consider happiness, and then all of a sudden they over expounding to you. What? What? Go downtown and see what black person own any fucking building in any state in any one of these motherfuckers. One building that a black person owns. One. That's luxury. Go down to any lakefront and find me 3 yachts that a black motherfucker owns. Where? Where are they? They don't exist. Where's the fucking where's the hotels? Where's the motherfucking places where you can go tour and 40,000 tourists come every year making them money? It don't exist. So when you say luxury, you're lying. You just don't like black people looking better than you. Just say that. When they put the shit on and make you uncomfortable, you like, damn, I've had the same shirt and I ain't make that shit look like that. That's how the fuck you really saying. We can see through those little stupid points. I got some luxury because I made it look better than you. What? You think we don't ride past these big ass houses in these suburbs, in these fucking backyards that fucking last 45 minutes to ride through, and we don't think, God damn, this what the fuck is like out here? God, look at this fucking house. You think we don't see that shit? And start saying, oh my God, I guess that's just for them. No, motherfucker, we want the same shit. But the reality of it is, it's way more things to block us versus the people who actually have it. Think about that. And let's read the comments real quick. Tim said, didn't Jordan buy a race car team? That'd be dope if he did. If he got the money to buy some shit like that, why not? That's amazingly dope. Just like any of those other rich people who got big homes, big houses. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not dissing it. I'm not turning them down. I'm saying it's not wrong. I'm saying it exists. I'm saying it's a thing. And we don't look at that shit and tear them down and say, yeah, that's just all the rich. That's just all of them. We just be happy for whoever the fucking got it. You know, motherfuckers in rap music who we all listen to, they name themselves after these people that's rich. Everybody Gambino. Everybody is the Frank White or whatever. These ain't black names. They're not naming themselves Zulu. They're not naming themselves African cultural kings. They're not naming themselves Egyptian. You don't even listen to music that people name themselves shit like that. They're not even gonna put that on the radio stations. So the message that you're hearing is just not true. So hit the like button, shut up. Oh, let me get back to the messages. Tone Bone said you can buy Jordans for $30 now. Oh, but if you wear them, they gonna say your motherfucking ass robbed somebody and broke into the train tracks and got them on your shoes, or that's all you spend your money on. It's $30 fucking dollars for some damn Jordans. Come on. You can buy 65 of them, and they'll say, "Yeah, that's why you killing your family and you tearing everybody down because that's all you wear is Jordan." Meanwhile, some other white person could have 45 pair of jeans or 95 pair of heels or 65 jackets, suit coats, and shit like that, and they supposed to. It's just basically let's knock your shit down. They open the door in any one of those movies. It's 75 jackets, 90, and they got the same coat on sometimes, or even they just fly and they got a gang of shit. But it's supposed to be, oh, they supposed to be rich. Oh yeah, I'm comfortable now. They rich. Come on, who cares? We supposed to have the same shit. They said Mayweather said he owns 80 plus billions. He said Mayweather said he owns 80 plus billions. Well, I'm gonna be a numbers guy too. Mayweather is one black person in a group of how many again? Mayweather is one guy. He can't even represent, he's not even a percentage in a damn, he can't even count him. He's one person. Now, if it's 85 Mayweathers, if it's 149 Mayweathers, if it's 2,316 Mayweathers, now we talking. But you talking about one dude, one guy, don't he gotta sleep at night? Don't he gotta go for workouts and shit? He can't do every goddamn thing. He still got to take a shit and eat food and talk to his girl. We up to the rest of the black people. Where's our fucking one building? Because when they bring the immigrants in, they get the motherfucking money. They get the contracts. They get the deals. But if we mention it, then it's like, y'all complain. That's how y'all do. Doing work said, crypto and stocks are life changers. Thanks for that info, bro. The Walrus Poacher said, I was wiping earlier. He got me with that one, bro. Good one, Walrus. I'm gonna let your big sister read that one. But let me get back to the message.
Environments where black people stand. That's who we boycott. We don't put that energy on our own people. We put that energy on the people who are oppressive, on the people who don't care about you, not your own people. I need my fellow black Americans to wake up out of their colonized tribal mind states. Wake up. You're being manipulated by forces that you can't see. They're trying to get you to buy into not just anti-immigration, but specifically to oppose black people from other countries. That's what they're trying to get you to do, black America. I need you to be smarter. I need you to pay attention. Open your eyes. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't let them use you with this anti-immigrant ridiculousness. Black America, stand down on the economic boycott request for boycotting Africans in the United States. Stand down from that ridiculousness. It's counter-revolutionary. It's counterproductive. Does not benefit black Americans or black people. We have to stop going against ourselves.
People actually engaging in diaspora wars at this stage in the game, y'all actually deserve each other. Between the lady that said Black Americans don't eat African food to the other lady who's calling for a boycott of African breeding shops. The comments of said videos from two random people that do not speak for an entire demographic, but folks use that as an opportunity to be xenophobic by saying that Black Americans are on EBT or we should eat chitlin or soul food isn't that great. Not recognizing that everybody sounds equally stupid. Because as a Black American, hearing someone say African food already canceled out the entirety of the video for me. Do we mean Senegalese food? Nigerian food? Ghanaian food? Because to not specify means that there's a level of ignorance that I don't have to dignify because I eat them all. Deny me injera? Not in this lifetime. And chitlins? Really? I'm Muslim. I've never had pork a day in my life. But the idea that you all take these white supremacist tropes to sling shit at each other when none of the demographic is winning. Like, are y'all tapped into the shit that's actually going on in the world right now? The fuck?
Learn when to shut the fuck up sometimes. Everybody that should be focused on white supremacy right now, Black people, Latinos, women, even white women, people with disabilities, right? Like everybody is focused on the wrong shit right now. The white supremacy empire is actively attacking everybody by way of Donald Trump and by way of corporations. And all I see up and down the timeline is marginalized groups of people taking a righteous stand against other marginalized groups of people. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all seem so like cowardly right now. Like the big ass bully is looking at you and you looking at your neighbor. Like y'all literally are seeing rights be stripped away for every fucking body, and your response is to argue with other people that ain't got no fucking power. How pussy are you? Like literally. I don't want to go in another live. I don't want to get tagged with another creator that is arguing with other Black people, arguing with Latino people, arguing with Native Americans, arguing with Asians, arguing with women versus men, all this fuck ass shit. Why they overturning the civil rights that Black ancestors fought and bled for? Something is wrong with y'all, but it's cool because we not the same. Y'all want to say.
So it's a lot of people really voicing their opinion as we see. And the first girl was saying that it's just all of us connecting to white supremacy and hating each other and all that. And I agree because what the boycotts is not going to help because in these cultures, any of these stores that's only going to be in the Black community. You're not going to really have these stores in other cultural communities. What the heck would they be? A braiding shop is not going to be in a white community. So if these stores don't make money, then they can't bring the taxes and all that stuff that they set up to your hood. So it's like it's counterproductive when again I said this yesterday. White people could get together and they could actually have one guy be a commissioner. 29 other guys can be the owners, and they never have a fight. They never punch each other. They never kick each other. And then they actually run big businesses where they play against each other in the basketball. They never even have their basketball players who's 6'7", sometimes 250 pound dudes fight the other team. Like, yo, go whoop his ass, man. I'm rich. You, no, I don't like what he did last Friday. They don't even do that. If you see them get into a beef, it's something that happened on the basketball court. But they could do these things without having interactions with each other that is tumultuous. They don't bat. Them could be. They could be slapping the hell out of each other, but it don't never come out to the media. It never come out. Nothing like that happens. Somebody go through a bad situation. They all close ranks, help that person out. Things continue. But again, they might not even be the same culture. They might not even have the same backgrounds, but somehow they get together and they can make it work. And you know it's working because we pay attention to it every year. Not that thing you got this from any sports thing. They do this. Hundreds of people have to come together for sports to happen. You know what I'm saying? But everybody play their role. Even in filmmaking, I always remind myself or even people when I was in Hollywood how everybody could play their part. You could have all the dreams in the world. Can't wait to be who you want to be one day. But when you get on the set, if that's your job, that's all you get to do. You don't get to do what that guy do until he can't make it no more. If he end up quitting, let's say he worked there 20 years, you still don't never get to do that. You gotta never do that. And if you do that, you have to do it somewhere else. You can't knock him out the way. You can't bump him. He has to be like, I'm done. I'm out of there. And they'd be like, hey, you want to take this? You want to split? Hell yeah, now you get to do it. So it's like everybody, they work so cohesively. Obviously, they work cohesively for the races when they put out too. But it just seemed like everybody else just be running into each other and shit like those little cars, bumper cars. Like nobody got, we can't be on the road. It's like as soon as they stop, and we all bumper cars again. It's like it's like this dystopian thought that I used to have as a writer and a filmmaker. I would say, what if white people one day, because you know we used to watch Alfred Hitchcock movies and Twilight Zone. What if white people one day you woke up and they was gone? They just disappeared. They just was not here for one full day, like in the movie, right? They not here 1 week. You just can't find them. People obviously gonna start looking, and then you even make people married to me like, what the fuck? She not here. They not here. So then immediately, the first thing that'll happen is who's gonna be the new leader, because that's the first thing that's gonna happen. They're gonna try to see if they're gonna run it through the law of the land, the Constitution. Obviously, that's not gonna work because that's white people invention. So they're gonna be like, hell no. Look, it's war. So now all of us who could never kick it, could never see each other eye to eye, we're gonna be in instant war with each other because that's the only thing keeping us from killing each other now. We consider ourselves civilized and colonized and all this stuff, but if they wasn't there one day, we'd be trying to kill each other. It'd be people who couldn't even go on. They'd be in the fucking streets crying. Like I can't. It'd be unbelievable. It'd be like, what the fuck you mean you're not here? How we gonna do this? How we gonna? What about the future? What about the moon? What about because you're not leading with your brain. You don't have no leadership in your thoughts. You just follow along. And if they disappear, what the fuck you do? What would you do? What if they just froze? What if they couldn't move and you be shaking them and saying like, "Well, come on, what the fuck?" No, they stopped. Everybody, the phone's not working. No police, no fire department, no first responders. Not any and everything can happen. Why? Because they stopped. They just froze. They're not getting out the beds. They're not getting out the cars. Wherever they was at in a grocery store pushing cart, they froze right there. And now everybody going crazy. You can't get to school no more. The water. Who run the water thing? Who gonna put tissue back in the stores? Who gonna run these trucks to get the shit to the stores? Every fucking thing will crumble. Think about it from that perspective. So if we can't come together, all they would have to do was stop one day, 45 minutes, and the whole thing would crumble because we can't even fucking come together for not even 25 minutes. It don't matter what relationship you is with each other, whether you the same culture, not same culture, man, woman, like the guy said, if they stop one day, everything freezes. Everything stops. You have to think about it from that perspective. Think about that. Your job, when you go to your job, they not there. The building ain't open. Ain't nobody to open it. Then if you go there, where your check coming from? They not even finna do it. The banks are shut down. Ain't no bank. What you gonna do? Gas company. What you mean gas? You didn't get no gas all this time? It's no gas sitting in your garage? You ain't got no garage. What? Oh, well, shit, you fuck. Oh, you thought the red lights. Oh, so you said, I'm going to get out of here. Jump in the car and go. Ain't nobody switching them red lights, boy. It's over with. You stuck. Don't you thought that train, remember the train come through? It ain't moving no more. You got to great grandmama across that damn train, and so we can get to the other side so we can even just go this direction. That's what we not thinking about. Things like that, out of your control. Think about that shit. Then it rain. What about when the rain come? What about when the flood come? Ain't no ice getters. They ain't coming out there to sweep the ice up. They ain't coming out there to fix no flood. Them trees went down. Them trees is down. Ain't nothing happening. The food. You didn't save no food? How? Oh, you gonna get your gun and go take some. Oh, that's right, because gun will be legalized at that point because ain't nobody gonna put you in jail. Who gonna get the niggas out of jail? What about them? They stuck in there. Where the key? We ain't thinking about all of them elements like that. All those animals at a zoo, they starve. It's so much shit that you ain't even thought about that's happening. But we just want to beef with each other and we don't even think about none of this shit. Now, what about another country who like, wait a minute. wait. So it's no white people over there now? Show me. Let's go. Then what you gonna do? You gonna step in the crib, chill? You gonna go out there and fight? What you gonna do? Think about that. Let's get back to the message. Hit the like button, show some love. Tim say, why you make it so hard?
Separate. We separate the people that are assimilating with the fascist empire, and you got all these bitch ass indirect ways to align yourself with the fascist state. Even you fake ass leftists that want to do everything except vote out, vote against, stand up against a fascist dictator. Fuck y'all. Like real talk. Go make goofy ass dances and shit. Go make rage bait, but do not call yourself an activist and do not say you're fighting for liberation. Because there's too many people of all ethnicities, backgrounds, and genders that have put work in so that we can have freedom. And it's too many y'all that's on bullshit right now. You should be opposing. You should be opposing the fascists. You helping the fascists right now. You throwing jabs sideways at everybody but the person standing over you taking your fucking rights. Just say y'all scared of white people. Good night.
Now, that was a heavy message right there, but I like what the guy was saying because he refused to let people off the hook. We all see what's going on in America. Who's ready to fight for that? Who's ready to challenge what's going on? What you're going to vote for in 3 years or 3.5 years? These are questions that people need to be answering if you want to say something. Tim said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Wake up, America." April Forbes said, "Be careful of the division." Daniela said, "What's good?" Tim said, "Why?" Okay, I'll hit that one. All right. Already. Let's get back to the message. Hit the like button, share the message, y'all. Let's get back to it.
Hello and welcome to this very episode. And this is one of the most difficult episodes because I don't know what to say. I don't know which side to actually take because this is the fight for brothers and sisters. African Americans and Black Americans are actually brothers and sisters, and that is what I think. Let me know what you think about this episode about Black Americans wanting to boycott African Americans.
All right, we know what his message was. We saw what he did. You know, he was somebody. That guy name was African Beast. African Beast. So show him some love if y'all want to carry on that thought pattern from what he was saying. But it is something to really think about, man. I know who I want to go to real quick. Just a guy who he always got a good message on a lot of subject matters. And so I want to make sure we get to his message. Actually, this is a good one too. So let's get right three it. What's up, Rosalind? Probably get through this commercial though. You know we got to get through them commercials. That's instant and every time. Oh, it looked like they didn't do it this time. You know, sometimes we get lucky.
And because Black Americans are clapping back and wanting delineation, this is called Africans to also speak their mind.
Define culture. What culture do we want to? What culture do we copy? Do you even have culture? If I ask you what's your tribe in Black America, like what's your tribe? Do you even know what that is? Give me 3 culture norms that you have or traditions that you do. Nothing. Y'all are gonna tell me the hoop earrings, the hip hop music. They're not like us. You're not like us. What else? What do you have? What is your staple food? Nothing.
Now, in this case, this lady, I have no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't even live in America. She lives in Europe. As you can see, she has a biracial daughter. And if you can look at those trouble flip flops, she's down bad. I guess her culture is so strong, she had to leave her country, go become a single mom in Europe, and wear those buy one, get none free, cheap ass Old Navy sandals with no flour in them. But it gets worse.
FBA, also known as Fake Black Association or FBI, Foolish Black Ignorance, is just modern day xenophobia wrapped in anti-African nonsense. FBA really stands for fear of being African. They swear up and down they don't resemble any Africans. Like that's supposed to be a flex. It's giving self-hate and delusion. They love talking about racism in America. KKK. But FBA's rhetoric mirrors white supremacy that you're talking about. Is starting to look like the new Triple K, just in black faces.
Now, this lady is saying that FBA, hashtag Black Americans, are a hate group, xenophobic and kind, and they're the new face of white supremacy, but in blackface. This is something that's interesting because you hardly ever hear Africans talk about the term white supremacy, but in this case, this lady is, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. This guy, well, let's see what he has to say.
Why do African Americans hate the idea of being African so much? I never really understood it. It's like they make it a point to prove that we are nothing like you, we look nothing like you, y'all can never be us, completely different. And it's funny because you are literally one of us, removed through slavery. That's it.
Now, this guy is just saying, listen, I don't understand why the delineation is happening when you look like us, you are us. Like, come on, man, you're a part of our community. And he has a respectful tonality toward the discussion. Doesn't mean that people are going to accept what he has to say. But again, here are three different Africans in three different positions on the matter. And of course, three different people who are not living in Africa. Got him!
So you can already understand what he's trying to convey. You got three people who don't live in Africa, uncomfortable about how people in America stuck there. Let's say that again. Stuck there. Feel about their Americanity or Americanism. I say stuck there because in order to leave America, you have to go through white people. You need a passport. You need all kind of paperwork. You have to have blah, 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 blah in order to go, get on the plane, follow what they say. It's the rules. It's not just, I remember in certain movies, I'm just going to walk. And then where you going to walk to? Where you going? In certain areas, you better not be caught there at night. You know what I'm saying? And this has already been etched. It's basically locking you in a parameter. And the only way out is you have to either marry you a white girl or you got to tell me in the comment section because I really don't know another way out from that. But if that ain't your cup of tea, then this is what you're going to be stuck with. Then you're not going to be traveling through certain areas. I'm just going to be like, I remember you catch some kind of white people and they'd be like, oh, we go with crowd surfing. No, they said couch surfing. I said, what the fuck is that? They said, we just catch a bus and then we get, I think it was Craigslist at that time. And then we'll just go to somebody that said we could come crash on their couch. I said, what the fuck you talking about? It was a guy and a girl. They was like 20-something, 22, 23. And they was like, yo, this is what we do. We go couch surfing. I have a relationship. I'm thinking to myself, as a black man, some shit specific to their culture. Now, what they be screaming like, we the only motherfuckers that can couch surf. Don't be tripping on us because we can't couch surf. You would be shocked. You'd be like, what is it again? So you can just get on the internet and then you can just travel to wherever your destination is. You ain't got no money for a plane or whatever. And they wasn't looking like they had money. They was looking like young. They didn't have money. They was looking kind of grimy. And they was like, we couch surf. But they were together. They felt like they together. Like me and my girl, we together, we in love, and we want to go somewhere. We get on a bus and we go on the thing and we go somebody's crib and we laugh. I'm thinking like, how can a black person do that? How can a black person do that in America today? You just gonna be like, I'm just gonna travel and you get somewhere and be like, and you show up to the door and be like, you somewhere where the fuck this house is that the people say you can come to. Come on, man. Think about something like that. You can't do no shit like that. You have to go through the proper channels to leave your state or city. Period. So, and you ain't going where you going back to in Africa or whatever. Every black person want to go back to America. Why wouldn't you? But obviously, again, the question is where you going back to. It should be in all of these years some kind of portal that you can get back to your country, and then it's this whole tourism thing that can make you probably want to move there, but that don't exist in all of those countries for whatever reason. I've never been there, so I'm just, maybe it do exist. Like I've never heard of it or seen it. So it's like these things are something that could be invented versus us just saying, I hate that culture, I don't like that culture, we against each other. Even the big culture, like it's just too much division. But let's get back to the message. Hit the like button, share the message. I appreciate y'all rocking with me this deep in the message. Let's go.
It's crazy because I'm a black American living in the place that they left. Especially for you, chick, with those dusty flip-flops on and the kid from the white guy. But there was a lady who decided to take the side of Black Americans. And to be honest, I was shocked.
Now, I know this video is going to be controversial, and some people are not going to like what I'm about to say. But I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. Black Americans are right to be mad. They are. You see, us immigrants, not all of us, but a lot of us, seem to forget, or maybe they just don't know. But if you have been living in this country long enough, you should know that. The reason why we're here, the reason why we are allowed to be here, is because of the work Black Americans did, because of the sacrifices they did, because all the fights they had to fight in order for us, for them, because they didn't do it for us, they did it for themselves, and it's right. But today we are enjoying the fruit of their labor, and we should not forget that. I'm an immigrant, and yes, in my community, or in an immigrant community, and nobody can say otherwise, there's a lot of disrespect for African Americans. There's a lot of it. I have heard it. And I have to admit that when I first came, I was also ignorant of their history. But after being in this country for the amount of time I have been here, if I act like I don't know that, it means that I'm willingly demeaning them. They are mad. And you know what immigrants should do right now? We should not be arguing with them. We should be quiet and listen. Listen to what they're saying. Listen. No, but no. It is not about us. It's about how they feel. It's about the experience. And guys, they are right. Many immigrant community call them lazy. They're not lazy. They even say they don't have a culture, and that's an insult. Of course they have a culture. Of course they do. In the music, in the food, in the way they live their life, in the way they dress, they have a culture. And by the way, a culture that is a leader in many ways. Our children in Africa dress like Black children. Children in Asia dress like Black children. Children in Latin America, in Europe. So please stop saying, and it's not only limited to clothing. It's in music, it's in history, it's in literature, it's in science. The immigrant community need to stop demeaning and disrespecting Black American. They are mad, and they have all the rights to be mad. Now, if my immigrant community or my African community want to come after me for what I say, that is on you. I don't care. Because the truth is the truth. And we need to admit where we're coming short. You're going to come to people's house and you want to look down at them? You want to disrespect them? Yes, not all Africans. Yes, not all Latino. Yes, not all blah, blah, blah. All Asian, blah, blah, blah. But enough to make a lot of noise. But enough for them to be mad. Rightfully so.
That lady gave so much great insight into just even the idea and the way she gave it. It's a great way how she expressed herself. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Gifted? And Gifted said, glad someone recognized him. Black and paid a heavy price in America. Yeah, so I'm glad the lady did what she did and said this message. Just swirling around the internet, it's going super viral. You know what I'm saying? She was what you would consider an elderly woman or the last generation, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So she gave a message that we should be honing in on and understanding. Everybody's not going to have one mindset. Everybody's not going to hate one group. Everybody's not going to dislike or like one group. Everybody's not the same. Everybody in the African community or different countries is not going to like African Americans. Everybody got their own plight. Everybody got their own troubles. Everybody got their own movement. It's just these times and times beyond this point is about coming together. It's about finding a way to hear a message and then understanding it. That's really the whole key because you can't even come together if you don't have an understanding. So just a gathering of understanding, even what she's saying about the other culture from another country not liking African Americans, that's not supposed to make us bad or make us feel like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Damn, that's the truth now. Now I thought this, but now it's the truth. It's not supposed to bring that kind of understanding. It's supposed to just bring awareness. And she's basically apologizing for millions of people who probably don't have the same way of expressing themselves. They might even speak English. So you just got to take it how it is and then say, okay, cool. We move on, we move forward. And then these things won't happen again. So by having the expression and conversations about them now, they won't continue. They'll already be out there. So when the next generation comes, they won't be even having that. They got the internet now, the different platforms. That stuff will be just gone. It'll be irrelevant. They'll look at videos like this and be laughing, saying, "It was like that. When was that? Man, that must have been crazy back in 2025." Because they'll be looking at it like it don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what the next generation will do. So she basically put a message out there that lasts forever. So let's get back to it.
All Africans that talk like this, and I definitely understand it. We got to stop the show. Guys, there are so many good Africans that are out there and good Caribbean people, just like there are good Black Americans in any society, right? And I've been living here. Of course, I've had my issues, but I've thrived being in Africa. I've met some great people. But again, I know what a lot of people in the Black American community want to say. We're not talking about those people who are good. We can differentiate between the ones that are showing respect and are good to deal with and those that are not, right? And I know that we say that, but a lot of times we like to clump everything in a bunch. And just like we get clumped in a bunch, right? It's typically what happens. But she's saying, listen, I've been in circles where Africans and people give Black Americans no respect. And I can honestly tell you, I have heard that before. And there's just people didn't even know they were being disrespectful. And I've heard it. I've had to check people on that before. And then she says, listen, the Black Americans were getting something for themselves and we benefited from it. Like the 1965 or 64 Civil Rights Act, I believe Dr. King signed that. And then there's a lot of disrespect, calling somebody lazy and everything, but she's being very appreciative. And I will tell you one thing. I live in Uganda, right? Uganda is not America by any means, but I can be honest and tell you that Uganda has gotten much better since when I came in 2017. And that improvement has allowed me to be able to stay here and flourish and do what I need to do. I'm very aware that if Ugandans didn't care about the country and didn't make it livable to where it is now, I wouldn't have the opportunity that I have. So who would I ever be to go around and basically, just saying how, they ain't this and they ain't that. Now, don't get me wrong, Michelle. I'm a roaster, so I'm definitely going to have something to say because it just wouldn't be me. But I'm appreciative, right? I'm in somebody else's country. I need to show respect to those people who
can't. Hell, I was trying to find that thing so I could pause it. But at the end of the day, man, you heard the message. The guy was talking about how all the same thing we all talking about right here about coming together, trying to put all the past stuff behind, but understanding everybody's messages, everybody coming from, especially in the diaspora, where it comes to Black people and this whole we don't like each other mindset that we out here in the world. You hear it, you know it exists. You know what I'm saying? But you're not exactly. You really don't talk to enough people to actually know how the other side feel, because it's not like a lot of African people like that. You know what I'm saying? In the country of America, a lot of it is segregation still, but it's not like it's trying to be like that. It's just the way it is. It's like people don't necessarily live around each other like that. They don't. It's really cut kind of deep too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to play another guy conversation real quick. I think this guy got a dope conversation too. I played his message before, and we'll see what he got to say. Okay, we got HW, and he said, "I have very successful Black neighbors. I'm Cherokee, self-made. I live in a wealthy area. It seems to be that self-respect and education."
In a landmark move toward accountability and justice, the state of
learning to love doing the boring things. HW said, "Everybody wants to do fun and easy. It's time to encourage our kids to do the boring things. Education, skill work, pride, and skills, paperwork. Paperwork sucks. You're right. Respect. We are talking." Yo, that's true, because that's ultimately what life's going to turn into. I mean, when you're young, nobody want to hear that. But, technically, you're going to end up being an older person with nothing to do. So I don't know if they're gonna be ready to just turn it in right now and be like, get to the boring stuff young. I didn't do it, so I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's get back to another message real quick. This guy named Tim Black. Let's see what he got to say.
Back to the Black American community. This is about the survival of Black Americans. We're in a competition. Africans and Latinos are fighting Black Americans for resources. Black Americans boycott isn't crazy. It's necessary.
This is the reason why Africans are upset about boycotting those braid shops. You're bringing too much attention to them. Some real illegal stuff is going down at these braid shops. You see this modern day slavery. And this person is from Togo. I'm sorry if I pronounced that the wrong way. I don't speak African. But look, from 2002 to 2007, he trafficked 20 hair braiders, all young girls. Y'all reading this, right? Even the coast they come from, they call it the slave coast. Some real shady business is happening at these African braid shops, right? And this article is an old article from 2020, but let me put you up on some new game. Look at these work conditions. They have these young women working 12 to 14 hours, and you know they physically assault them. Abuses happening with these women, and they coming from all West Africa. These businesses been from New York, New Jersey, Detroit. Yeah, some of y'all may be supporting modern day slavery or human trafficking. So this boycott might be a good thing.
They make the same comments. They look at us through the lens of those bigots. So what are people who are sitting here in America, Black Americans in America, how are we supposed to take all of this? Africans know it exists. The Africans that are keeping it real, they know it's true. They know that if it's not them, they know that if they were to hook up with Black Americans, have friends with Black Americans, and want their Black American friends to the house or whatever, that they would catch hell from their people. They know it. They don't even deny it. So why are they acting surprised that Black people are pushing back? It should be a given. Once again, when you treat someone badly, them rejecting you should be an actual cause. Now look, man, I get it. If you had a personal relationship with somebody, that's totally different. It's totally different, man. Anybody can have Black friends or Black Americans and Africans can be friends in real life, know each other, but the online toxic nature of the online algorithms are feeding this idea, and people are reacting to it. I gotta go with it. You know why I gotta go with it? Because there is no reason to give money to organizations or to, in this case, braid shops of anybody other than ourselves. There's no real reason to do it.
So it's crazy, this guy named Tim Black. If y'all want to see more of his show, hit the like button, show love. Y'all watching Black Outrage number 29. The dude is saying some incredibly dope stuff about, the boycott and all that stuff. And we should be, girls in the neighborhoods or whatever, should be braiding their own hairs and whatnot, And obviously that's going to tear those companies down, because if they get boycotted long enough, and if they had a nice amount of people coming in that was Black, they're going to not be able to survive, because most of those companies going to be in Black neighborhoods. So it's an implosion, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen to those companies. But the thing of the recovery, because those will be empty buildings. Those will be buildings where people got to stop and not be there. And then you would assume that hopefully, if that happened, that Black people will be able to start opening Black hair shops in America that would be, or whatever what kind of companies or stores they want in those particular places. But the reality of it is it won't be like that. That, you won't get the loan from the bank. You won't be able to get the zoning. You won't be able to get the construction people to come out there unless you know them to come and convert it to whatever business that you want to have. These things is going to be in effect. So while an African person may say, well, damn, I'm over here, I'm doing the right thing, I don't do nothing negative, I'm always over here, I show up, I give deals when I can. Why they don't like me? And it's basically, it's like a above your pay grade kind of conversation. It's like
it's like we need you to be checks and balancing like the government. You know what I'm saying? Like, so obviously you have to be naive to come to the country and not know anything in a new country. So then when you gather the things that they give you, and now you're able to rise instead of looking at that and saying, well, damn, let me show you what happened. You people unfortunately had a mindset of, wow, what's wrong with them? Why the fuck they can't see the route? They can't see that they took a route. Like, they handed you the football and you did this, and that's how you got to the end. And that's how you got there. The coach gave you the route. He's seeing it from another vantage point. Boom, you got in there. You could throw the ball down and be the man, but at the end of the day, it was a team effort that helped you get to that point. So they don't see that your checks and balances need to be coming and show us, okay, look, if we leave this company or we'll split it, you have this or bring some of y'all character, however it is, it's no cohesiveness. So then when black people just put the foot down and say, well, no, you think you better than us, you think you, I guess, achieving more than me, well, we're gonna stop giving to that. We don't want to continue to finance your thought of you can achieve more than me. So the people who helped you got set up, the people who put you over here and said it was okay for you to come to this community and blah, 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 get them to come and let them buy three, let them buy two, one, let them buy one. It's not gonna happen. So that's why is that the biggest punch to say stop, or is that the biggest punch back to say we just gonna stop coming to your company and that's gonna be it? Every black person not gonna do that, obviously, but the whole point about it is that it's a message going out. And what is it over? What's the overarching point? Like, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna be more black companies come out of this, gonna spawn from this? Is it just gonna be an empty spot in those places? Is it gonna be other people coming from other areas saying, shit, you know what? I see what they're doing across the nation. You do my hair, you do mine. We're bringing my kids over there. We're just gonna start being a new customer to y'all. What this is what we got to see gonna play out, but you don't know. I'm gonna let this guy talk a little bit more. Hit the like button, show some love, hit the like button. Let me read bro's message. Jerry L said, "There's no country named America. America is a continent, and there's three of them: North, Central, and South. So where are you? And what country are you located?" Whoa, Jerry, you going crazy now, bro. Let's just keep it internet based, my bro. Keep it internet based, bro. Hit the like button, show love. We back on Tim Black Show. We're gonna let him speak some more. Expound on conversation.
Explain what benefit it is to Black America to give you our money. Once again, I think Africans are not getting the picture, man. They need to collectively chill their people out online. They need to get a leader, a something on it's in the United States to be like, yo, we need to chill. I need to see one of them voice the issue. Not this kumbaya shit with Black Americans. No. Yeah, I seen a video about Vic Vincent. I seen videos of some people trying to tell us we need to all come together. No, we're here. You'll come to our country. We are Black Americans. We don't need to get shit together. You need to get it together. You come into our country and you badmouthing us. We're in Africa, badmouthing you. I have not heard a single clip complaint from Africans in Africa saying Black America. Why am I getting it the other way? Why is it that I see numerous clips of Black Americans complaining about Africans disrespecting us in America?
And that goes back to the point that I was making, that the systems are set up so that other people can actually come to America, not just Africans, but many. Obviously Trump and them trying to block all that today. So if that's what you utilize as your leveraging stick to be above African Americans, it's a wall up against that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not gonna be it no more. You know what I mean? And not to say everybody used that. Not everybody didn't act like that. But again, it was enough folks for it to be a conversation to this extent. And I just think that all of that needs to kind of quell and kind of die out. You know what I'm saying? It's really enough of it. But no black people should be getting disrespected in our country. Black people didn't did enough, been through enough, worked too hard, laid down such a legacy, such a standpoint, and just gave so much that somebody disrespecting us is like, what is this? Again, he said something so critical. You've never been in Africa here. You never heard from Africa. Nobody a black person going to Africa disrespecting nobody. It probably happened at some point, all the decades, all the centuries, right? But you don't hear about it. So then, that being said, why? Because there's no system set up. There is no place for you to go in Africa and then make a judgment behind it. Where's the Disney World? Where's the I don't know, the big conference or the concert or whatever the hell that go on in one of the countries where African Americans are invited, and then you get to go there if you get your money together. However, you was there as a child, you experienced it, and then you get to make a statement about it. You get to make a point about it. You don't have that. It's only one dimensional. It's only when those type of mindset people come to America and then get what they came to get, or rise in the realm that they thought they wanted to rise in, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's wrong with them? You're crazy, y'all bums. That message should never get out. That's what you're supposed to talk to your girl or amongst your family. You're not supposed to statement nothing like that outwardly, because it's going to affect everybody. That's why you don't see white people saying the N-word, because it affects everybody. It don't just affect the people down south or the people in this one area or the people that speak like that because they was raised like that. It just don't affect them. It'll affect somebody up in Oregon. It'll affect somebody in St. Louis. It'll affect somebody all the way in fucking Maine. The whole point about it is that you shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to affect everybody. That's why when you see, like when a guy said, oh, not saying you shouldn't be doing positive things. I'm saying things like that's negative, because people take even positive things and try to make them negative. So let it be something that they convey or can tell themselves to be negative, and they're going to take that shit and run with it. And they've been doing that for centuries in America. TV do that. They put the messages out there through media. So when a person gets to America, they already got their preconceived notion. And then if they separate you to the extent where you all the way over here and then they way 45 minutes away, how would you even know anything about the other? Even if you do look like them, even if you got a message to tell them. In America, you got so much cinematic filmmaking and movies, and my brain worked like that. You had a filmmaking channel, just to let you know. And my thought pattern would be, where's the filmmaker who came from one of the countries in Africa and did this kumbaya movie that brought us together, or he brought a message from Africa, or some kind of lock to do, and we had to, he was trying to get it to our leader in the hood or whatever, the Farrakhan of the movie. These things don't exist. They do not exist. There is even an imagination of the bringing together. It's not even that. It's not even imagine that. It don't even exist. You know what I mean? It's like not even that. You know what I'm saying? It's just out of all the minds. Maybe it did. Maybe those movies do come out and they just don't get imported into America. So, but we just ain't seen that. You know what I'm saying? So we saw karate movies growing up. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't really see that. You know what I'm saying? This whole African, they showed us Tarzan movies. Maybe they just wasn't important, that type of stuff. That probably did exist. But the internet is here now. You still don't see it. So I'm gonna let this lady talk about what she gotta say. Hit the like button, show love. I appreciate y'all rocking with us all the way. Let's go.
Top one topic going on TikTok. I took my time. I watched it. And I'm here today because deep inside me, my whole soul wants to say, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry, and I'm the voice of those that could not reach you guys because I know our platform is very rich, and I hope that you guys should share this video to express how sorry we, the Africans, we, the immigrants, we are, because I do understand we have done so much wrong. Maybe some people before me, I want to join the fight, but not like that. I want us to change. This is a wake-up call for all Africans immigrant in America. Your brothers, respect is mutual, because at the end of the day, I don't think Americans hate us.
I hear that. It's the music playing in the background, so I can't continue to play that video, particularly at that segment. But you can check that out at Street Media TV. That's the guy just heard the music, so fair use on that in case they be like, "Hey, what you doing?" But we rocked out with this message. I gave y'all like a lot of emphasis and a lot of kind of conversation towards this message. You know what I'm saying? You can take it and utilize it, share it, put it in your own brain, or put the message out there further. All the stuff needs to go to an end. It don't need to make. He said. Tim say Africans make a lot of African movies. I definitely believe you. I definitely know that too, because you see a lot of it on Netflix and shit like that these days. You know what I'm saying? So you do see that. You know what I mean? But you know, we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's gonna happen with that August 1st. It's only like about 2 days from now, or you know what I mean. We'll see if that's gonna ever go into effect across the nation. Do people even know about it? I don't know how they put out the message or something like that. You know what I mean? But we got all the way to the end of the message. So I appreciate y'all rocking out with us. At the end of this one, we're gonna have a video at the end with a clip at the end where you can actually hit that and see the whole series of Black Outrage. And at the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to subscribe. And I appreciate y'all rocking with us all the way this far into the message. I'm your boy Hood. Share the message, hit the like button, and peace out. So good. 75 deep at the end of the line. 75. Man, strange. Baby. Push. Shoot the shot, nigga. Out push. Tim, the black hands. Get it. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. Play with that snowball. It's on. Hey, it's on. 9200. Let's get it. This shit is going. I don't give a fuck no more. My motherfucking money, my family. Bitch, I wish I would stop. I wish I would stop. Bitch. 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 Bitch.